Everyone. Today we're going to learn how to use Google Classroom in under 10 minutes. Today we're going to learn how to create a Google Classroom class, how to change your Google Classroom header image, how to add students to your classroom, how to add resources to your classroom, how to view your integrated Google Calendar, how to create an assignment, how to create an announcement, how to view work by student, how to archive a class, and how to reuse a post. Let's get started. When you've entered Google Classroom through your Google Apps dashboard, you can create a new class by clicking on the plus sign on the right-hand side. This gives you an option to join a class or create a class, so we're going to click Create a Class here. We'll call this Practice Google Classroom. Once my class has been created, as you can see here, there's a default header image that doesn't look very nice. So on the right-hand side, I can hit Select Theme, and I can choose from a variety of different images and patterns. Alternatively, as you can see here on the right-hand side, I can opt to upload my own. In order for students to join my class, if I go under the Student tab at the top of my Google Classroom, it takes me into an option where there is a class code on the left-hand side. So as you can see here where my mouse is hovering over. So what you do in order to have your students join your class is you provide this link to your students. And then on your students' main Google Classroom page, they can click the plus sign and then they can choose to join a class using the course code that you provide. Now we're back in the Google Classroom we just created. We're going to take a look at some of the layout of this Google Classroom. So as you can see at the top, there's three options. There's the Stream, the Students tab, and the About tab. The About tab is generally where you add any course materials that are going to remain the same. For example, you can organize this section by unit, and then you could have any PowerPoints or any ongoing resources that students might want to refer back to. In order to do this, you just click here. We can call this Unit 1 Sample, and then underneath I can add materials from my drive, add attachments, add links, or add videos. Just grab something random from my drive. Grab this screencast I just created, and then post, and then my unit is here. So my stream is where I upload any assignments or any announcements, things that are more fluid in nature go in the stream section. So in order to create an assignment, I just click on the plus button on the right-hand side, and we'll call this Practice Assignment. And we'll just use this webcast again. And as you can see here, next to my assignment that I've uploaded, so now obviously this can be in the form of a document or a video, a Google Drive folder, an attachment, etc. The drop-down menu beside the assignment gives you a few different options. You can choose to have students view file. Students will be able to edit files. So for example, if you have a shared Google Doc that students are working on, you might want this to be an editable file or a template that students are supposed to respond to questions. Alternatively, you can choose the option make a copy for each student. So this will personalize the assignment with their name on it. Another neat feature of the Assignments tab is, as you can see here on the drop-down menu next to Assign, I can choose to either save this post as a draft or schedule it to post. So if I'm planning my class for the next few weeks and I don't want to worry about remembering to post upcoming assignments, I can schedule it in to post at a particular time. So this is a fairly new feature of Google Classroom. So now hit the Assign tab. Oops, sorry, I forgot to add a due date. Go back in here. So I can go back in, and under these three dots, I can edit it. Change added due date just so you can see it in the calendar. We'll just make it due January 5th, for example. So now that I've created an assignment, I can go back into the About section and go to my Google Calendar, as you can see here on the left. And when I click on it, as you can see now in where I'm in Google Calendar, if I look under My Calendars, we can see that Google Classroom has automatically created a calendar for the classroom. And I've got it highlighted here. And as you can see, under January 5th, which is the due date that I chose for my practice assignment, you can see that it auto-scheduled this post in the calendar. So this is really useful for teachers and for students to stay on track with upcoming work and assignments. So now when I want to create an announcement, I go back to the plus tab again and could create an announcement. So hi everyone. I can also choose to add attachments or Google Drive files, videos, or links to this as well. And again, under the drop-down menu, I can choose to either save it as a draft, schedule it, or post it. What the announcement does is this actually will send an email to your students. So this is really great for reminders. So if you want students to remember to bring something to class or remind them of an upcoming assignment, then the announcement feature can be very useful. We'll just hit post now. If I want to view work by student, I can go under the Students tab and I see all of the list of my students. And if I click on one of their names, I can see whether they've handed in their work or whether they are missing work. And I can see all of their assignments listed here. Now, when you're done with your Google Classroom for whatever reason, such as if the semester is over, you can archive your class, which creates an uneditable saved version of your Google Classroom. So on the right-hand side, if I click these three dots and I hit archive, then this saves the data of my classroom. Then what I can do, if there are elements that I want to reuse again in a future class, I can go into my new classroom. And then under the right-hand side, under the plus sign, I can choose the option Reuse Post. And I can choose any of my archived classes and choose any post that I would like to reuse.